Welcome everyone to the Voice of Terminus show. Today is a special one and I'm joined by Josh. Say hello,
Hey,
Josh.
Yeah, how's it?
So let me quickly do a few announcements before we get everything rolling. Chat today at the moment is set up twofold because we also have viewers in YouTube and we have giveaways, but the giveaways will only work on Beam and on Twitch. So if you want to get in to the action, you need to join us on either one of these addresses to take part in the giveaways. And I'm just going to quickly type them into chat for you guys. And anyone is invited to join us in TeamSpeak and talk about the past year. And why is chat not relaying? There we go. So there's the two links for you guys. So join us if you want to get in touch, chat with us, etc. Join us through Twitch or Beam. We will be doing 3 giveaways, and I'll show you what we have as prizes right now. So the first giveaway will be for this poster that we put together with the 4 VoT crew guys, Kodiak, Alexa, Joshua and myself. We'll be giving away that. Then we have a t-shirt, Team VoT t-shirt for you to win. You can pick the t-shirt color. There's various colors for you to pick. We'll get in contact with you after the giveaway's done, and we'll talk about the size, etc. Get you a shipping address. The same goes for the poster. And then obviously the final giveaway for today will be a Watcher's Pledge. So you can win a Watcher's Pledge as well. If you haven't pledged yet to Pantheon, or you have, you can give it away to a friend or whatnot, or get yourself a free copy of the game when it comes out. So those are the 3 prizes that we will be giving away during the show. And I will leave chat open as it is now for the next 3 minutes, so get connected to Twitch and Beam Pro, and after that we will go back to the normal chat procedure as we have it. So we're here to celebrate, and my wife actually prepared something, and she will be here in a minute. Unfortunately, it's something for you guys to enjoy looking at, but it will be something for me and my family to enjoy. And she's getting it right now, and we're going to go and kick off this party edition of the VoT show in quite some epic style. So my wife puts that right down here, and I go and grab the camera for you guys. Are you ready for this? This is how we celebrate in style a Pantheon VoT cake. Look at that.
Amazing.
That's what my wife did today, and I'll try and get a close-up of the island itself. As you can see, she even tried to draw out the map somewhat, show it off, and this is something I'll be enjoying for the next couple of days. So happy birthday, VoT crew and the VoT show. We've made it 1 year. Exactly 1 year ago is when the Pantheon VoT started off on YouTube, and it's been a great year. Thanks to you guys out there, the community, the devs, everybody, for making this possible. So kudos to you. This is just as much for you guys as it is for me and the family. So happy 1 year.
Yeah.
So let's go and kick this off, Josh. So we're here to celebrate the 1 year of the show, and to look back at some of the things we've lived through and seen from Pantheon, etc. But first, before we do that, I want to get to ask you a few questions about how you came to be part of Pantheon, how you heard about it, etc. Tell us about how you came about to pledging to Pantheon?
Well, for me it was purely by accident. I was just scrolling through various of the sites on the internet, and one day I saw the Pantheon on one of the MMO sites, and decided, yeah, that looks pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, it's got Brad in it, which done previous great work on EverQuest, and had a lot of the EverQuest team in it as well. So that was like really piqued my interest, thinking, wow, that's something I can get behind. And then after going to the website and reading a lot of the stuff there, I decided, yeah, I'll pledge immediately. So that was it.
Nice.
And there was no alcohol involved.
Awesome. So, what are you looking forward to the most? What basically got you into it? From when you look at the Pantheon website, they have the Pantheon tenets and the Pantheon difference. What is it for you? What two things stand out the most from the tenant side and from the Pantheon difference? What's the two things for you?
Number one, I think, is the environmental side of the game. That, I think, is something that I think a lot of MMOs have tried to get right, but really have failed over the years. And I'm hoping that Pantheon will get it right going forward. And number two, I think the actual the difficulty and the grouping that is required to actually survive in the game. I think that it's definitely going to be something that is a group oriented and something which people will have to play together. And it's going to, I'm hoping that it'll really get that feel of not being some sort of a solo MMO type of thing, where that isn't what it is, but something that is group based and people can talk to one another again.
Nice. So you mentioned climate, etc. And VR tweeted out yesterday, actually, on the 22nd, one of our coolest features is our climate system. And then they gave us 4 options. What particular climate would you enjoy? Will you enjoy exploring? So they had cold and frozen, give me storms, hot and arid, and no preference. Those were the 3 choices. And in first place, give me storms. I think that was a given. I think that was a given, though, to be honest. That give me storms, because we've got cold landscapes and frozen landscapes, etc. that give off that feel of cold, but actual storms, etc., having the feel of something being completely disastered through a storm hasn't really been seen in any MMO, and having the climate affect us that way, I think that was a clear choice that would win, and I'm looking forward to it.
I agree with you. I was hoping they'd have something like fog, thick pea fog, basically.
Well,
where you'd have like monsters bursting out of that fog while you're trying to get somewhere and really scaring the life out of you.
Did you see that image, the screenshots from last week with the Wild's End? It kind of looked like there was fog available, and I'm sure they mentioned that there will be fog affecting us, etc., in certain areas. So I still think that's going to be part of the game, that you're going to have nice foggy areas, and that definitely also would be the second closest choice, I think, to see a really misty, foggy area where you can hardly see 5 foot in front of you, and then all of a sudden this big, massive skeleton or monster or whatever stands in front of you and just smacks you across the back of the head.
Exactly. And like the fog, like rolling off the body parts as it comes through, that kind of effect would really look great.
It would. So let's go and kill the 3-way chat for now, guys, and I hope that chat stays alive. Bear with me a minute while we test this, and if not, we will see what happens when I type in chat. Testing chat. And chat is not being relayed because I need to go and grab. Give me a few seconds, guys. Settings. Web. Nope. Why is chat not being relayed to us? Well, what am I missing? Josh, tell me, what am I missing? That chat.
Pressing the chat relay button.
Apply. Settings. I am missing the chat button. Why is chat not relaying to the game? So let's go and have a quick look. I'm sorry about this, guys. We will get this going in a minute. I will quickly have to pop out chat. Nope, don't want to do that. Normally there should be a link here saying this is what you need to copy. Right, give me a few seconds, Josh. I'm going to go and play off some screenshots, the latest 3 screenshots from about 10 hours ago. This was with a tweet while I go and check out what's wrong with chat. From homegrown apple trees to cold, snowy regions and dimly lit fires lighting a night sky, how do you think you will survive Terminus? Now I'm going to go and let these screenshots speak for themselves. So go view these screenshots while I try and figure out what is going on with doop 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 doop. Got that done. Got that done. Got that done. Doop 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 doop. Oh, that's my wife's phone. So let me go to here real quick. And this is really annoying. You're quiet, Josh. Why are you quiet?
Oh, just admiring these pictures. Looks great. The apple trees, the snowy parts. That's the choice. I would have taken the snow as my choice, actually. I enjoy that. But the storms I can live with. I think that'll be very cool. If it's anything like the Ghostlands storms, that'd be wonderful. I hope the environment also changes. I can see them having the snow on the ground. I just don't see it on the actual castle turrets or anything like that as well. So, wondering if they'll be able to get that right.
Yeah, that would definitely be interesting. So I'm going to go and try this quickly a different way. But if you look at that tweet, they mentioned, you know, homegrown apple trees, and we talked about this on our last show about the fact of having apple trees be or having your own garden. So could that be a reference to something like that? Could we maybe see apple trees come along, or gardens come along for us to grow our own stuff? What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I think so. I think that. Well, I hope it's definitely going to be in. But I really do think that they have these kind of public areas where you can plant your own stuff, grow, and to make your own recipes and food for the road.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a nice addition.
Alright, so after I look into that, I can't figure out for the life of me what's going on with the chat, why that's not working. So we'll on the birthday show. You know, it's not a VoT show without all these hiccups. So we'll have to take it as it is, and I want that turned off. There we go. I want that turned off, and we go back to our normal setting, and here we go. So I hope that the giveaways at least will start working. So I'm going to go and give the command for the first giveaway, and it's gonna run for about 15 minutes, and then the winner will be announced in chat, hopefully. For you to enter, you must type !enter after I've posted it. The winner, I will give you my email address. Send me an email with your address information, etc., for this prize that we're going to do a giveaway for right now. And I'm going to start the timer, and hopefully that's being relayed in chat.
Yeah.
So type in !enter to enter into the competition for this poster, A1 format of a magnificent artwork from Little Moxie, who did the images on the Darkmere, the Scar, the Archai, and the Shaman class. Brilliant job, Little Moxie. So do credit. That's what you can win, and we will send that out to you and get it your way. So you have 15 minutes to enter in and win that as a prize. And it costs you absolutely nothing. So, you know, enter. If you want to give it away to somebody or whatever, you know, you're not losing anything. You can only gain something. There we go. So people are starting to enter. So for me,
good.
Basically, let me go and tell you a bit about what it was for me.
Yeah. How did you start?
Well, I was playing Landmark, the game, and was actually enjoying that for quite some time until certain elements happened, and they announced a cancellation of the game, etc. And we were, you know, I was looking forward to EverQuest Next, like a lot of us were. And then that got cancelled, and VR put the stream out, I think a day later. On that Friday, I think they put the stream out on the 11th of March, and it just blew my mind. And I've known Brad games for quite some time. I didn't play EverQuest myself much. I tried it out a few times. I tried the P99, and I definitely played Vanguard. And what got me into it, and why I backed them the way I did, was the fact that Brad was open and honest about his past mistakes, and wanted to bring back core elements of games that have, you know, that's been missed. Death penalties, grouping together, socializing, trying to achieve common goals with other people, and actually go out there and look for people. And that's why, you know, I back them. And obviously the Pantheon difference and game tenants were reflecting quite a lot of what EverQuest Next was planning to do. And for me, the Pantheon difference, it would be the weather and climate effects that really boosted my excitement, because I was looking, you know, I've been looking for elements outside of the core game to affect me. You know, having a dynamic world, have NPCs actually behave how they should behave, and the way to engage with them, and have different behavioural patterns, etc. That's what got me really excited about it, and the fact that the approaches to VR, the individuals, be it Kilsim, be it Ben, Monty, etc., and support, Jenna, they've been fantastic. They have such a level of professionalism, it's beyond belief, and it was a refreshment. It was really nice to see that there's a team of professionals behind there who know exactly what they are doing and are willing to go the extra mile and define everything that is MMOs today.
Yeah.
That's what basically brought me into it, and I wish I would have. I mean, I was following him for quite a few years, but I made the plunge in 2015. 2015, yeah, I made the plunge in 2015. I would have loved to have got in there a bit earlier, but how it goes,
Exactly. I think we all would love to have gotten earlier. But I think a lot of people also, through the failing of the EverQuest Next situation, looked for something else straight after that, and the timing of Brad against the EverQuest Next mess really pulled a lot of people in. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah, definitely. So we have about 10 minutes of the first competition remaining. It's ! Enter to enter into the competition. I'll show you the prize one more time for everybody that might have just connected now. You can win this poster that we put together. We'll send it out to you. And chat, if you have any questions towards Pantheon, etc., we will try and answer them as best we can. And we have, I think, Enaden in chat with us, and he's quiet. He hasn't even said hello yet. Enaden, say hello. Tell us what got you into Pantheon, please. So let's go have a look and see what chat was saying. Anyway, let's go and see if there's any questions already been put there. Any chance Pantheon will be bring back GM events? They've talked about this on their streams, I think, a few times. That should, that they are definitely planning to bring back events like that into the MMO genre. So we have Enaden with us. Oh, excuse me, guys. Say hello.
Hello, all.
So Enaden, tell us about how you came about Pantheon.
Actually, it was pretty close to the same as you. I was playing Landmark. They canceled it, and I started looking for a new game. I was getting bored with most of the games I've already tried. So I seen the video of Pantheon, and I was like, whoa, this is so cool.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yep, so let's go, and I think the perfect April Fool's joke from VR would be to announce the launch of Pantheon. Actually, in our first interview with Kilson, the community manager, a question that was raised through chat is where does Brad see Pantheon in 10 years' time? And his answer was virtual reality, Pantheon, and Minecraft. So if his vision would come true, we could very well see something similar to that happen in 10 years' time.
Yeah.
After obviously the release, so we have to wait for release. Hello, Rosie TV. Thanks for the host, by the way. So let's go and talk about the first stream. You guys all remember the first stream out there, and what blew your mind when you saw that first stream, Josh? Can you remember?
Yeah, I can. The one thing that was really funny, the funniest thing for me, which I think everybody knows, is the Spectre, which they died to, and they respawned in town, and after waiting around, suddenly, oh, here comes the Spectre over the mountain, chasing them even further. And that was the funniest thing, because that just reminds you about the train to entry type of thing, where you're running for your life, and wiping out other groups type of thing. So I think that was something. Even though it was a bug, it was still quite funny. But you could get the feel of the game immediately from it. It seemed fairly polished, even though the animations hadn't been completed and the and various things hadn't been done in the game. It could still play properly, and that was great.
What about you, Aiden? What sparked you? What basically was your spark moment for the first showing of VR's Pantheon?
I would say grouping, being able to see orcs and a full group of a tank. I mean, traditional classes all working together for the same common goal. It didn't look like an easy game. Most games nowadays are just too easy, I believe.
Yeah, definitely.
I really enjoy the grouping.
Yep, and for me, as most of you might know or not, I always look at everything else that's not related to the character. I'm always looking at the world. I'm looking at the effects of the world. I look at the interactions, how NPCs act, the structures of the buildings, lighting effects. It's all about that for me. And I was just blown away by the level of detail that was put in there. And let me go and pull Rosie down.
User was moved to your channel.
Hello, Rosie. Welcome. Just jump in.
Welcome, Rosie.
Hey guys, how's it going?
You.
So, join us. Like I said, chat, join us in TeamSpeak. Anybody's welcome to join us anytime on Thursdays. It's not just today. Come and join us and talk a bit about Pantheon. So, we have Rosie here with us. And we're going to ask Rosie the same question as well. Rosie, what got you into Pantheon? And what two things from the Pantheon difference and the game tenants are your key elements that sold you?
Alright, so I got introduced to Pantheon through one of my friends, showed me the VoD on Twitch, and then I ran into you guys. But what I like to see is a fresh community in games like this, people working together for their goals, questing, whether it be crafting or raiding. That's what I like about this game and EverQuest and EverQuest 2, is that people come together and try to beat, quote unquote, the game. Another one is just the UI. I love the original EverQuest UI, and it seems like they're bringing that back as well. So that kind of got me excited.
Cool. Nice. Yep. So we have 3 minutes 40 remaining for the competition, everyone.
Yeah, let's just ask Aiden and Rosie what conditions. Was it the snow? It was the storms, and it was the dry, arid desert settings. Yeah. Which ones do you guys are looking most forward to?
I guess I'll go first. I really enjoyed the snow atmospheres that they showed on their Twitter today. Their pictures. I think that one's the one I'm looking forward to the most.
One in the corner. Awesome. You, Aiden?
Yeah, I mean, I actually like how the snow doesn't look like it's painted on. It looks like something that's dropped there, and that's how snow should be. It shouldn't be something that's perfectly matched. It should be just dropped. And that's how snow is, and that's how that picture makes me feel.
Nice. Definitely. So,
I'm sorry to cut you off. But I think what I'm mostly looking forward to in that aspect is the atmosphere that's going to be attached to each one of those. Like the snow, you'll have to have better cold resist to enter into, from my understanding. So that kind of gets me excited about that game. It brings in those elements.
And the situational gear as well. You know how that comes into effect, and obviously, like you said, the climate and how the individual climates will work in individual regions as well is definitely something of interest. Maybe melting the ice or something like that, or stopping a storm, or basically making it rain where it's hot and cold. Stuff like that as well would definitely be interesting, especially with the Druid being able to affect the weather and climates to some point, as mentioned in MMORPG.com through Jopper in an interview he did, that the druid will have the ability to mess around in those areas somewhat. Is definitely of interest as well.
Is he the only class that we know of that can alter the, I guess, the climate of the terrain?
Well, at the moment, that's the only class that was mentioned so far officially from VR, is that the druid will be able to mess around in those areas. So, since you asked that question, Rosie, what other class would you think, or do you think would be able to meddle in that kind of area if a choice was given?
I would see wizards being able to, since they are the caster of the elements. You know, they usually cast fire spells and ice spells. So I can see them altering either one of those two terrains. But other than that, I think maybe a shaman could do something, but nothing too far-fetched like the wizard.
Welcome, Kellem.
Welcome, Kellem. You're fairly quiet, dude.
One sec, see if I can't fix that.
Alright, so it's 45 seconds remaining.
Just show the picture again.
Exclamation mark, enter to win this poster of the 4 hosts of the VoT in their character form. We have the Darkmere Cleric, the Lexa, the Scar Dire Lord, the Archai Monk, and the Human Shaman. That's what you can win. We will send it to you. After the show, we will get in contact with you how to win your prize. So you have another 11 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and
it's all.
What the hell? Rosie TV! There we go. Woo! We have it. Has won that poster. Rosie. So congratulations. We'll stay on after the show, and we'll tell you how to come about this. And our next competition will start in about 5 minutes, and it's for this hashtag Team VoT t-shirt. You can have it in multiple colors. I will send you the details for the colors of choice. You have green, you have blue, navy blue, grey, orange, black, white, green, dark green, etc. So there's multiple colors of choice and size, and we will start that in about 5 minutes. That will start for the t-shirt. And I see already that I made a mistake in the giveaway. I already had t-shirt written on top. So this is now the price for the t-shirt.
KLM says, are we able to order one just for the cause?
Sure, definitely. We'll stay in chat, and I'll tell you how it would be done, how you get your hands on that. We will be opening up a new store soon. We're still in the back works of planning everything out for some goodies and stuff like that to help support VR and contribute more money towards them by selling off some merchandise. But that will be at least a good 2-3 months away before we have that all set up. But once we have, we will let you all know.
So you just stop the first giveaway. You don't put an exclamation mark claim in, it just keeps on bouncing to new winners.
Okay, so I'll go in there, reset or cancel. So it's Rosie TV,
yeah,
and we'll stop that now. So exclamation mark claim. And I'm sorry guys about the chat. We're having trouble with our Restream chat. Restream chat does not have giveaways in it, and that's why we have a second bot running that can help us with the giveaway. So unfortunately today's show is a bit messy, but yeah. So let's go and talk a bit more about Pantheon. Let's go and get Caleb. You set? Can you talk now? Are you sorted?
I don't know if you can hear me or not.
We can hear you.
I can hear you.
So same question to you. What got you interested in Pantheon? And from the Pantheon difference and the game tenants, which ones stand out the most for you?
You know, it was Brad that got me totally stoked about what he was doing. Since he EverQuest and all the years that I played that's totally. When I heard his name, I was drawn in right immediately.
Okay, nice. So we have a question from chat. As I said, off topic, are you guys EU based? We are international. We're international based. We will be on a US server, but supporting EU times, Australian times, and obviously the US time zones. But we will be on a US server. And another question was from Axis of Smeagol. Forgive me if you've gone over it already, but I've just found you guys and I'm trying to catch up. Thank you. What will the in-game currency be like? Auction house or more EC tunnel type deal? Well, the general idea from VR is to have a player base economy, and auction houses are something that we'll likely not going to be able to, will not see. It won't be a global auction house where you can go and just go put your stuff off on the broker and be done with it. At the moment, there's very little known as to how they're going to actually handle the in-game currencies, but you can, if you're looking at, if you're trying to pick between the two, I'd say look towards more EC tunnel type deal. That's what I think is the best choice, or the best way to hear it, and or to get it across is the best way. Those two descriptions. So that will be EC tunnel at the moment, and how they're going to do it, we'll have to see once they know more. So let's get ready for this next competition. And so you see the prize on the screen. This lovely Team VoT t-shirt can be yours. Up to 3XL is also available, so don't be shy. We can get any size. And we're going to go and kick it off in about 10 seconds, and I will start the timer now. 40 minutes 59 seconds remaining. Exclamation mark enter to win this t-shirt. So the second stream, Josh, you remember that one?
Sure. This was more towards the instance.
Yeah, where they went into Black Dagger Keep, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. For me, it was great. I thought the actual cave itself, or the Black Dagger Keep, the way it'd been done, was really atmospheric, and was immediately was showing you that it was massive. You had these open instances are going to be massive, so you're going to get a lot of mobs that are going to be trained into other groups, I reckon. There's going to be a lot of places where people are going to get lost because there's no map, obviously. And there's going to be multiple levels, which is going to be so much fun.
That was definitely interesting.
So that, for me, was the real eye-opener of the second stream. And also just the feel of the actual Black Dagger Keep.
Yep, definitely. What about the rest in chat? Let's go and start with Naden.
I kind of agree with you. I mean, I'm kind of glad there's not going to be a lot of instances, because when you're in an instance, it's just the same mobs over and over. You got no real risk once you learn it. At least this way, if it's an open dungeon, it's going to be kind of cool. I mean, they said you're going to be able to look down into grates and stuff and see another group fighting down below. I mean, you get in trouble, there's nothing to stop another group from rezzing you to get you started where you were at. I think it's going to be a great thing.
User
I mean, I
left your
missed that
channel.
from EQ1.
Definitely. What about you, Kellum? Is he there?
User disconnected from your channel.
Oh, looks like they got disconnected of some sorts. So,
Weird.
well, for me then, I guess it will be me. The constant for me was obviously, you know, the showing of the instance Black Dagger Keep, and I like the thought actually that there's multiple layers to it, and actually different ways to enter into that zone. If you remember, they were talking at the end about that there's a kind of like a secret back door from towards Throne Pass where you can get into that dungeon as well, and that was definitely intriguing. And I just lost my train of thought. What I was about to say. Awesome. I love it when it does that.
Multiple entries?
Multiple entries, yeah. No, but that's not what I was trying to say. I'll get it in a minute. I'll have it in a minute. Like you already said as well, the grouping in there, meeting different people, and the size as well. You know, these. I think the most important thing for the instances is will be the perception system as well, to some point. How we can interact with that and how that can be used as trigger moments. That just blew my mind when that was the first showing of the perception system, and now I've got it. For me, it was basically the stability. Yeah. From the first stream to the second stream, there was there's no falling through the world. Very, very minor glitches. I think in the second stream they had the flying griffin that was stuck in the air or something like that, flying backwards or something. Yes. But other than that, there was nothing where you saw major lag or major glitching or damaged areas, etc. So they have a really stable game at its state where it is right now, and it's just phenomenal how that has been a constant every time they release a stream for us. Correct. So definitely that. So let's go and have a look, see if there's any more questions in chat that we can maybe answer. I think I saw one. Go on, Ned.
They're actually talking about maps not being in the game, and actually I kind of see their point. It's a little bit more fun to walk around the world not knowing where you are, but like they said, they're not stopping anybody from making maps. It's your choice. You can either look at the map in the game or look at a map from a third party. So I mean, they're gonna make maps. It's gonna be out.
Right, so let's go and quickly talk a bit about the maps because there's a few questions in there. So, question from Darkboo: will they allow us to build maps and import into the game like EQ? Third-party software will most likely not be supported by the game. You can customize UI, you can skin it, etc. But third party will not be part of the game itself. And we actually had a discussion, I think after the second stream, where Brad actually joined us in chat, in Twitch chat, and we were talking obviously about some of what we saw in the stream and talked about maps, and we mentioned something like having a cartographer of sorts as a trade skill, maybe somebody that can actually make map pieces where you can basically draw your map yourself, or having map pieces maybe put out throughout the world that are hard to obtain, that show only little corners of the map. So you got a piece, you don't know exactly where it belongs, you've got to put it all together, something like that. Because the way I see it, not having a map is definitely fine, it's the right way to go, but as we know that all these beings seem to be intelligent, so at some point they're going to start memorizing stuff, and they're going to obviously they can read, they can write, etc. So why wouldn't they draw out a map? So maybe giving us the possibility to do our own stuff later on in the game and have that part of it is something that I can see definitely happening.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that as well. I think that is something that they should introduce, and I think it should be something that's gradually done through the areas that you go through as well.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Fogzor, for pointing that out. So, yes, we are not devs. We are not paid by VR to do our show. We do it out of passion, out of entertainment for the community, while we all wait for Pantheon Rise of the Fallen to go into its testing phases and get into final release. We're here to basically spread the word of VR, what they're doing, and talk about Pantheon, help them build a base of people that are looking for old school approach to MMOs, and to help them even think about some ideas with the community. There's a lot of great posts in the forums, there's a lot of speculation going on here and discussions on our show where we bounce ideas off with the community, etc., and talk about, we're trying to help the devs basically think of things that they might not have thought about because they're in, dev mode, and they're looking at it from a developer standpoint, and they just can't get that final click, and then maybe somebody in the forums or on our show mentions something and they go, ha, that's the missing link, that's what I was thinking or trying to do, that's what we're here to do. So yeah, there's a disclaimer. So we have about 6 more minutes remaining for you guys to win this Team VoT shirt in various colours available and in various sizes, so don't be shy, enter in.
Exclamation mark, enter.
Yep.
You want this shirt and it'll be delivered to you.
So anybody new to our chat, to our show, has any questions towards Pantheon, we will answer what we can, if we can. I was always wondering, did anyone from VR talk about loot system? In what way? I remember them on the last stream, they talked a bit about loot a bit. They showed off a loot chest as well, I think. I just can't quite remember. Do you remember it, Josh? Or Aiden? Anything about the loot system?
Said most of the gear is not going to be no trade. You're going to be able to trade it or sell it on an auction, if that's what they mean.
You might have to go in there, try and rephrase that question a bit more deeper so we know exactly from what standpoint you're looking at it, so we can try and answer that question for you. And as Dark's already mentioned, we also have a Discord chat, and I'll go and link that to you guys as well, so you can...
Most likely the loot systems are going to be the standards that we've come across and come to know in the EverQuest and EverQuest 2. Need before greed, those type of things, if that's exactly what you're talking about. Leader only type of stuff as well.
Yep.
So yeah, if that's what you're asking.
And another thing to mention as well that's actually really important is the craftable items, or the items that you find in the world that you loot, etc. Crafting will be a very important part of the game. Not like it is in most games out there. It's a secondary adventure that you can do. That kind of gets boring after a while. So crafting is going to be very important, where you can basically upgrade items that you find or modify items. Craftable items as well from the crafters will have almost to equal quality of the standard items that you're going to find out in the world that aren't, epic or, mystical, etc. They will have a fairly high status and value as well towards the adventuring side. And they also mention that being an adventurer and a crafter will definitely benefit you, so it's definitely of value for somebody who does adventuring to also craft as well.
Then WikiWikiWoo says harvesting in VG, I found harvesting very relaxing after hard as work. Yeah, I think that not everybody likes it. I think that
I loved it.
Some people can do without it. But I must admit, it does have its place, just as fishing has its place. And other relaxation things that certain people like to do. So yeah, I agree.
I actually loved, that's one thing that I really loved in Landmark, you know, the harvesting and digging for resources and destroying the world was a cool thing, but alone the harvesting had, you know, at the very beginning of the game it had high value, and then they changed it. And I've always liked running around for hours trying to get my skill up and find those ultra rares to go and get you know, those special items, etc. But I just hope that crafting in general and harvesting is a lot more than just going and clicking on a bush or on a tree. Basically, you have to go and pick. I would like to learn basically how to mine stuff, or forester stuff, or gather stuff, etc. And maybe have different skill values, learning how to use different items to collect them and get better at the harvesting, and, you know, require certain different tools to get the higher rated materials as well. So having a normal pick and hitting on a gold vein is going to do absolutely nothing. I'm not going to get any gold from it. The pick would snap, basically.
Yeah,
something like that.
So another level to the harvesting side of it.
Yeah, definitely.
I can see that happening as well. And harvesting is not only off obviously the plants and the fishing and that type of thing, but also off the mobs that you kill. So you got the bones, you got maybe you need a skull, like that, in order to also create stuff.
Or cloth.
And cloth as well, yeah.
Yep, definitely. So we have just about a minute left for the prize that's on the screen, the Team VoT t-shirt, in multiple sizes available and in multiple colours. Stay in chat, and we will get in contact with you and tell you how to come about your prize, etc., etc.
Yeah. Yeah, continue.
I actually kind of like that. There was a game called Dark Ball that you could go anywhere as a solo player and gather stuff, but some of the thicker, richer areas, you actually had to have a group. The group protected you while you harvest, so it took your adventure and your gatherers or trade skillers to work together to get an item. I thought that was pretty cool.
Very, very nice. Yeah, so you have your rare spots that you can go and do it. This is going to be extremely dangerous.
It's like that forge they were showing. It's going to take a whole group to get that trade skiller to be able to hit that forge. He's not going to be able to just go there by himself, grab what he wants and leave. He's going to need a group to help get that stuff.
Correct.
So, Axe of Smeagol has won the t-shirt.
Well done.
Type in !claim, I think, is what it's asking of you to do. Otherwise it will re-roll, so that I know you're there. !claim.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, so... Oh, no, cancel. Don't want to start the new one yet. That will be in a bit. We'll do that in about 7 minutes, the final giveaway. Let me go and set it up, and I'll show you guys what's up for grabs. But only a quick peek. So we're going to give away as a final prize of the show today, because we're celebrating our 1 year of streaming out Pantheons, or talking about Pantheon and etc. 1 year of the show, and we're going to give away a Watcher's Pledge. If you already have pledged, you can give it to a friend. If you haven't, then congrats, you get a copy of the game when it's released. That's what the Watcher's Pledge implies. It's 1 copy of the game, free copy of the game.
You too can look as cool as that guy does.
Exactly. So let's actually talk about the third stream, because that one was a big one. They had Co-Carnage stream with them, and he did a fantastic job. And it was the first time they showed off some of the new classes and races, etc. And, you know, what a perfect start, or what a perfect way to start it off in Wild's End. I was just baffled by the look and feel of Wild's End, and how these colours are mixing together and working so in harmony, etc. It looked so amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I think, from my point of view, I think the thing that stood out for me was the height to which they could go in that area, the climbing that you could do as well, which was amazing, and also seeing the new classes and the effects, and the way you could actually look downwards and see a group far below over there, seeing the actual scope that you have of the world you were dealing with. So that was, for me, the amazing thing. And as you rightly said earlier on, the stability of the game at that point.
Yep.
I'm going to show the cake again.
I'm going to show the cake again in a minute. What about you and Aiden? For those out there.
Yeah, I would say it's just about how vast the worlds are. I mean, they're huge. And I also kind of liked where you could see a bunch of dead bodies on the bottom from everybody that fell off. It was kind of cool. That brought back old memories of dead corpses everywhere.
That's actually a good point that you brought up there. To talk about the one exciting thing about that stream as well was the climbing ability. There will be climbing in Pantheon. You will have to climb. Actual hanging onto the wall, pulling yourself up, etc. And that's another cool aspect as well of the game. A bit of like Tomb Raider, trying to get up, find an alternate path. If the walkway up to that cavern, etc., is just occupied by so many powerful beings, you can just maybe try and jump your way up or climb your way up. So, for everybody in chat that missed it at the beginning of the show, my wife surprised me today with an absolutely awesome Pantheon Rise of the Fallen cake. And I made this not just for me, obviously, I'll be the one eating it with the missus and my kid. But this is for everybody out there as well. A big thank you. And I'll go and get the camera again to show off this fine piece of work. This fine piece of artwork. If you look at that. Pantheon. Rise of the Fallen. I will post pictures on Twitter as well so you can see it in full. But here, even our logo, exactly how it should be. Voices of Terminus. I'm trying to find it. There we go. Voices of Terminus. Whoop. There we go. And then we have the coolest part. There we go, like that. Let's try and get it out there. So that's the cake basically from the top. There we go.
Awesome.
And then if you look closer here, she actually mapped out or drew the map on here, representing. You got the Karga Sands down here at the bottom where I'm pointing. Then you got here the castle area. Up here, the volcanic area, etc. And then you got Wild's End down here at the very bottom. So she did a fantastic job with this cake, and I can't, it actually hurts to actually think about cutting into it, to be honest. It's a really cool cake and a really nice surprise. And this is, as much as it is for me, it's for you guys. I'll hold it up again here real quick. There you go. Voice of Terminus cake. Awesome job. VR, if you're watching, my wife will make you one too when the game comes out.
When you invite us over.
And she'll have actually 3D models, so it won't just be flat. It will actually be proper castles and hills, etc. Now she's really, really good at when it comes to cakes. Fantastic.
Yeah, great job.
So,
Awesome cake.
Let's go and start this competition for, quickly again, Watcher's Pledge. So, here we go. 50 minutes remaining to win a Watcher's Pledge, a copy of the game when it comes out, free of charge, for you to give away to a friend if you already pledged, or to keep for yourself, etc. is your choice. Exclamation mark enter to win a copy of the Watcher's Pledge to get into the game when it comes out for free. No strings attached.
Okay, here's a question for you.
Go on in.
Which area would you like to see the 4th stream be on?
Which area? So if they showed a new area, and it was my choice of area, what I would like to see. I'd definitely like to see the desert, for the simple reason, deserts for me in most games have been very dull. They haven't been done really well. You know, you see the sand, you see the sandy buildings, you see the sandy mountains, but that's about it. That's all you see, and there's no life there. I'd like to see, you know, sandstorms, maybe a dune, etc., or an oasis, and have little details, maybe spark an interest. So I'd like to see a sandy area, but if I had the choice, if I could lay it down right now, I know people are going to go, oh god, we've seen enough of this already, but it's Wild's End. I can't get enough of Wild's End, and I want to see if there's a swamp in Wild's End. There has to be a swamp in there, and I love swamp areas. And that's one of my most fondest memories in EverQuest 2 was Fens and Natsar, the swamp area. That was an amazing zone. I really loved venturing through Fens and Natsar. It was amazing. I just love swamp areas. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Swamps and tunnels and sewers, you know, they get me. I don't know what it is.
Correct.
What about you?
Yeah, and just to add on to yours, the sandstorm, as Axis of Smeagol says, to see a sandstorm hitting you would be amazing. But anyway, in it, your choice?
To me, it would be elves. I've always been fascinated with elves, but I don't want to see just a bunch of towers. I want to see something that's beautiful. I mean, it's elves. It's supposed to look awesome. I don't want to see just a bunch of trees everywhere. I want to actually see. I kind of liked how Landmark was going with the elven cities. Those were actually looking pretty cool.
Saki shells, yeah.
Correct. Yeah, for me, I would. The Vale of Azeris looks interesting. Looks quite interesting. I'll be happy to see Wild's End. I'm pretty sure that they would touch on Wild's End going into the 4th one, because they've got a lot of artwork for it. But yeah, there's so many interesting places to look at on the map.
They actually even mentioned, I think, in the newsletter, wasn't it? Let me go and put up the newsletter. I'm sure they mentioned something. Hang on, before I say something wrong, I'm going to go and quickly review the newsletter. Let me go and pull it up before I say something wrong here and get myself into trouble. Where is that newsletter? There we go, news. March Pantheon Rise of the Fallen newsletter. So, or was it in February's?
Well, they have items like EQ2's Enchanter's Essence of Mana. Not sure, they haven't got into any detail on the Enchanter yet. Heard? So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Anything like that will happen. I'm hoping I think it'll be quite an interesting character.
Alright, so let's have a look. Yep, see, I knew it. So it wasn't the March one, it was the February one. They talked about, you know, streaming, etc., an upcoming stream, and they even, you know, mentioned Tower of the Reckless Magician. Now that is definitely something I think everybody would love to see, because alone the name and the fact that it's far away and there seems to be a reckless magician there that's gone crazy, I think that would be something that everybody would be happy to see.
Oh yes.
And they also mentioned, let me have a look. What else did they mention? Let's have a look. NPC dispositions, iterations of it are definitely interesting to see that. So those are some of the things that they will be most probably showing off, and we will be unveiling 2 new zones soon: South Peninsula which is also home to the foreboding new dungeon, Tower of the Reckless Magician. So,
Nice.
yep, definitely. So, they also mentioned that the stream will be coming soon. So, when do you guys think it will happen? Do you think it's going to happen in April or in May? What's your predictions?
Definitely- I think April. I think they'll definitely have one in April in my mind. It's been over a month, I think, isn't it? The last stream.
The last stream was in December, dude.
Oh, gee. Okay. Well then,
Yeah, it was
it's been a
December.
while. Yeah. So I'm hoping they definitely will have one in April.
Yeah, definitely.
I think May, right before summer break.
Yeah, I'm thinking as well April, and like Frog's already said as well, over Easter. You know, between the Easter time, maybe after Easter or day before Easter, or anything. You know, to get us all excited to hunt those eggs and see what's in there. You know, like an Easter egg or something like that. April 1st for sure, somebody says. So has it rumour? April 1st for sure. You think on a Saturday? I mean, that would be great for everybody, or for most people, because it's weekend.
Yes.
But we'll have to see. Rumour has it, I said April 1st. Yep, so we have 7 minutes 45 seconds remaining. Exclamation mark enter to win a quick Watcher's Pledge.
You were talking about that Wizard's Tower.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of
Yeah.
hope they make the towers actually more than just a cone going up. I'd like to see floors and all kinds of stuff in it that actually looks like a tower, a Wizard's Tower. Old books laying around, stuff like that. I don't want to see just a spiral staircase going up and there's nothing.
That's
Exactly.
actually a good point that you brought up there. Is
Yeah.
you know, the interaction with buildings as well is also a very important key factor. And that's what I loved about, you know, Landmark's possibilities and some of the stuff that people built and the idea they had, and multiple floors, etc. Not just like you said, a structure that's just rising up with a spiral stairs going up, and that's it, you're done. I'd actually like to go into the tower and, you know, have like a library or a secret hallway, this, that, and the other, and that throughout the entire game. To be honest, you know, let all the buildings have meaning.
Yeah. But also, I also want to see more of the madness side of it going on within the tower itself. So you might go into it, you know, and it doesn't look that
Remember-
big. But when you go in, it's quite massive, and you might just, the gravity might be slower in one room. Or
Did you? I can't remember what that instance was called in EverQuest 2, but there was an instance in EverQuest 2. I remember going through it, and you were turned upside down. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Nope.
There's an instance in EverQuest 2. I just can't remember which one it was.
There was.
I think it was in Pioneer. You're right. You basically you walked in there and there was multiple different rooms, and in one room you were upside down, and another room basically kind of like looked like a crazy spiral thingy, making you go completely insane. That's what I would love to see happen inside the Reckless Magician's Tower. You walk in there, you go, and all of a sudden you're upside down. You're like, whoa! Everything's upside down. That would be amazing to see. And that's another thing, another key factor as well, is have riddles, traps, stuff like that. Those little elements make it the more fun to engage into the dungeons, not just, you know, have your NPCs in there where you try and figure out their strategy and then you just rush through there and get the loot. Actually make it challenging and have different outcomes and stuff like that. So that would be pretty cool, yeah.
Or how about like when you were talking about deserts, you're walking across this desert and all of a sudden you see this little piece of metal sticking out of the ground and you see like this little hole. You go down and it's like a whole tower under the sand that's been buried. That would be cool.
Definitely. Yep, so we're going to have another 4 minutes and, well, about 30 seconds left for you guys to win a Watcher's
as
Pledge.
a rumor says, or like in Hogwarts, how the staircases move and change.
Oh, definitely.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yep. Like, you know, have like Also, you know, a bridge that basically falls apart behind you and you can't get back across, you've got to find another way out. So have little tricks and traps and stuff like that. It'll be brilliant. It'll be brilliant. And it does... Go on.
And in order to get into a certain door, it's basically time-based. So on the hour, a staircase will only move over there, and it'll be there for 5 more minutes before it moves off that door. So you can't go through that door again.
Yep.
That'd put a little damper on maps, wouldn't it, with moving staircases?
Exactly.
The staircase is here. But you know, those are the kind of it's the little things that are more important than the bigger picture, from my point of view. It's the little things that make the most out of the game. You know, these attention to detail is what's important to me, rather than, you know, having your core. Obviously, the core mechanics carry a lot of value. Definitely, that all has to be in play, but that's a given. But to keep the game interesting for many, many years, and these are things that they can add on later. That's the great thing about the Unity engine as well. The programming behind it, the way to suss out and switch out technology and add technology towards existing technology is phenomenal. The Unity engine is so user friendly and offers so much that it's like this. You can do it on the fly. You can change out stuff, and these are little tidbits that they could add periodically to certain events, to certain seasons, etc., etc., etc.
Exactly.
And you know, that would make the game feel really, really dynamic and alive. And it's like I told you, it's these events that, you know, we will be talking about. You go away for a few months and all of a sudden the world's turned upside down, and then you come back, the world's the same for you, but hey, for me it was upside down because of world events and stuff like that happening.
I'm very curious how that tower would look if once the VR gets introduced in 10 years time.
Oh yes.
And you got all those different things.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I watched that stream too. It does have VR capability.
Oh yeah, well, basically they upgraded the Unity engine, and I think it's now they're on Unity 5, and with that, basically they have DirectX 12 support, they have VR support, the technology is basically there, and even if this was a joke statement from Brad saying that basically his vision of VR Pantheon in 10 years is virtual reality Pantheon in Minecraft, the technology is there for them to do it. And it's going to take a little bit of work, but not as much as it would with existing other programs. So they can do a lot of stuff, and the Unity engine is just so powerful. It's underestimated how powerful that engine really is for doing anything, be it world building, be it item building, etc. And the community is fantastic as well. There's a lot of free stuff out there for, you know, for few people that haven't been following Pantheon for a long time. The game started out with preset freebies from the Unity community as placeholders, and they gradually went through the stages and switched out everything as they came about it. So everything you see in the next stream is all VR created, but some of the stuff prior to that was placeholders, etc., that they got given or acquired off of the Unity store. And Unity has so many possibilities, and we have another 30 seconds for you guys to win our final prize, which is a Watcher's Pledge. Remember, stay in chat after the show, because I will want to get in contact with you and let you know how to go about acquiring your prize. So stay in chat, and I will quickly log into Twitch myself, because I'm not there quite yet. I've only got the chat running, so I'm going to log into Twitch so I can contact you people. Exclamation mark enter to win. 10 seconds left. And X buffs. So exclamation mark claim to claim your prize. X buffs. Congratulations.
X buffs.
Right.
Exclamation mark claim to claim your prize.
Oh, you were talking about that world events. I think it'd be kind of cool to if you went to a different server, the world would actually look different because different stuff's been unlocked or different stuff has been happening to the world.
Alright, so exclamation mark, claim. Okay, Xbuffs, the prize is yours. Don't worry about it. Xbuff is there. Congratulations. Stay in chat after the show because I will contact the winners on how to get your prizes. Congratulations. So we'll come. Well, I think we'll do another 15 minutes and then we'll end the show. We've exceeded a bit. We were hoping to have Alexa back with us for today, but his internet isn't up, and we were hoping to get Kodiak back on today as well to join us for the 1 year. They're still very, very busy with moving house, etc., and expanding their businesses and this, that, and the other. So they will be back soon. When, we do not know. So you're going to have to, well, put up with me and Josh for the next couple of weeks, and we will do our best to entertain you guys. And if you ever want to come onto the show and join us and talk about what we talk about on the, for that topic, come in and join us.
Yeah, I mean, Eden just popped in, and it's very simple for him to do so, and very simple for everybody else to do so. That's how I started on the show, just popping in and talking. So perhaps we'll see your face here as well.
Yeah. And just a quick reminder as well for you guys, /enter for the cake. I'll tell my wife and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, let me do that then.
During the Easter time, which is the 14th of April, till the... Let me go and pull up the calendar. So the 14th of April is Easter, is Friday, and the show would be the 20th. So our last show for a week will be the 13th of April. That's when we'll do our final show. And then we're heading out for a week's break. A show will not be live on the 20th, but there will be a video already recorded for you guys on YouTube that will release on the 20th. We did an interview with Bazgrim TV and interviewed the guy and talked to him a bit about his views and thoughts on Pantheon, etc. So that will be on the 20th on YouTube only. So look out for that. And then we will be back on the 20th. Oh, I've got to be careful here. The 25th of April, which is a Tuesday, for Tavern Talk. And that will be the only Tavern Talk in April. We're going to go and switch the news show to once a month to gather all the news that we can. And we'll basically let the show run for the time that it needs for us to cover all the news for that month. And we're just going to do one big show every last Tuesday of the month to cover all the news. So we'll do the newsletter, etc., etc., what the community's been doing, and all that. So yeah. So if you guys have any questions, now's the time to ask them. We have 12 more minutes, and then we will be finishing.
Just to clarify, Xbuffs, you won the free the
Watchers Pledge, yeah.
The Watchers Pledge, that's right.
So let me go and tell you what you basically want. Let me go and read it for you.
Watchers Pledge.
It's a Watchers Pledge, basically.
Die Welt verändert sich, Danny.
There we go. Sound is off. You want a Watchers Pledge. A Watchers Pledge. There we go. And that basically gives you a free copy of the game when it goes live. That's what you basically want. You don't have to now. You don't have to pledge. You can if you want. You can upgrade as well. You can add to that. Basically, you can buy yourself a normal pack and use that as a giveaway for a friend as well if you want. So you want a free copy of the game, basically. And I will get in contact with you after we finish the show. So let me have a look. What's this? Get some messages here. There we go. And I'm sorry, like I said, guys, for the chats, but it's the only way for us to do the giveaways. I will now stop the second bot. We don't need that anymore. So now chat should be only in three-way between Twitch, YouTube, and Beam, without multiple.
Couple of questions, yeah.
Go on in.
Can you swim underwater or zones underwater?
Well,
Yes.
they definitely. Yep, that's a short answer to it. Josh said yes. As you know, there or might not know, they have a race called the Dark Mirror, which is an underwater race, and there will definitely be underwater zones, or a zone at least for the Dark Mirror, presumably, and underwater swimming definitely. A question for us, Wiki Wacky Woo. Playing anything at the moment? Me and Josh are playing Ghost Recon Wildlands to pass the time and get away from the MMO genre per se. And we are playing with the guild and some outsiders EverQuest 2 on the traditional servers as well. So you can see us in EverQuest 2. And that's the only two games that I'm currently playing. What about you, Josh?
Exactly the same as you. Some Ghost, you, and EverQuest 2.
What about you and Aiden?
Pretty much just EverQuest 2.
So there you have it. So EverQuest 2 and Ghost Recon Wildlands, which is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Sniping people from distances is always fun.
That's a good thing brought up, John Michael Woodgate. I'm so glad they did. They're going to allow a demo through to level 10. So everybody out there that doesn't know about Pantheon, you can basically test the game up to level 10, and then after that you have to buy the game and sub to be able to carry on playing it. So you get a testing phase, like back in the day when you used to be able to play demos before the game came out, and I think that's a fair way to go. As we know, they're leaning most likely towards subscription based, which is perfectly fine. They have costs that come monthly. They have programmers to pay, etc., server maintenance, this, that, and the other, and they deserve to be paid. And the game will be subscription based, most likely, common to what we know as it is now, around $15 or something like that a month to play the game. So that's a bit of information for you. So let's go and have a look, see what else is there.
Actually kind of glad about that, because I mean, they made it perfectly clear it's not going to be who's got the most cash in real life is going to be the top people. I'm happy that it's going to be a monthly fee, because that way I know they're being able to pay people to keep me good content coming.
Ladris, the game or the chat bugged, basically it bugged out because Xbus claim didn't go through, and every 30 seconds basically the program automatically re-rolls it, not giving people enough time.
No, you wanted XBuff, so
yeah, don't worry about the XBuff. Unfortunately, the program was bugged a bit.
Yeah.
So, is the Bard still good on EQ2, or is the Enchanter better? Haven't played in a couple of years. Well, it depends on your playstyle, what you're looking for. They both have their qualities, their values in the groups and towards the solo. And basically, the Bard, you have to basically pick between the Troubadour and the Dirge. The Dirge is for me personally does a lot more DPS than what a Troubadour would do. The Troubadour has a lot of buffs that benefit individual players, whereas the Dirge has a lot of beneficial spells that benefit the group. The Enchanter is an amazing reg machine, mana regen machine, and great for CCing, etc. And is actually quite powerful. So they're all three are pretty good to play. It just depends on what kind of play style you're looking for. Melee combat, you go for Troubadour or Dirge, and if you're looking for combat from far away, you go for an Enchanter.
Yeah, and support for combat classes is a Dirge, and support for mages and casters would be the troubadour.
Alright, so Xbox asks, will the game require a high-end computer, or will any casual player be able to play this game? Well, obviously, there's going to be certain factors that will be a requirement. I am definitely going to say you have to have a Windows x64 system running, so you need to have x64 support for sure. As we know, DirectX 12 is automatically added into the Unity engine, and they upgraded, so you don't need a high-end PC from right now what you can get available to you, so a 1080 graphics card. I think if you have a 660 GTX or something like that, you should be okay to play it in maybe the minimal settings. 8 gigs of RAM I think will be the minimum requirement you're going to need. So you're going to have a machine that's maybe, or definitely an i4, so it has to be a quad-core processor for sure. But other than that, I don't think there's going to be that many requirements, restrictions.
Yeah. So they're talking about also the DX12. We don't know what the requirements are at this early stage anyway, but I'm sure they'll keep up to date with the latest DX versions. So
saying they're trying to optimize it for multiple machines.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's a great thing again as well. The Unity engine is so powerful. A lot of the work is done through the server side of things. A lot of stuff that would normally be installed onto your local machine is not going to happen with Pantheon. A lot of stuff will be server side, run through the core server engine of Unity, saving up resources, etc. for our machines, so that the games run fairly stable. Yeah, definitely. That's a good way to look at it, John Michael. If you can run EQ2 decently, it should run Pantheon definitely. I mean, EQ2 in comparison to what other games out there do, EQ2 is a machine killer. I have a fairly high-end PC, and even my PC struggles sometimes with EverQuest 2 because it's so hardware affected, whereas the normal way of going about it would be making it software effective.
Exactly.
Yep. So, final thoughts, guys, for the 1 year show and Pantheon and VR, etc. And we'll start with you, Aiden, your final thought.
I'm kind of glad that Voice of Terminus was here, because it got me more into Pantheon. I've learned a lot going over the year about things that we'd like to see. I don't know. It's just been a good year.
Definitely has. Thanks. And you, Josh?
Yeah, Voice of Terminus is great. It's put a lot of hard work and dedication into this, and it's brought the community together. This side of things, and I think that we'll go from strength to strength. I think that Pantheon has been really growing nicely with the small group that it has, and if they keep on expanding the team as they're doing, I think we're going to see a great game at the end of the day.
Definitely.
So here's to the next year.
Yep. And for all you impatient people out there, we understand where you're coming from, but you have to give these guys patience and time to develop the game that they want to deliver us. And if you think about it, 2014 was when they launched the Kickstarter, and it's now 2017. A normal game of this scale, and especially with all the additional features that aren't in current MMOs, like weather affecting us, and climate, and situational gear, and this and that, and having adding actually towards the crafting, making that more important, is stuff that takes its time. And normally an MMO is a good 5 to 6 years in closed development before we even hear about it. So if they push back a few dates, or push the dates back a bit further, and still reach their goal at 2018, 2019, they're still way within the time where it should be. We obviously are all impatient, we want to get in there, but be rest assured, these guys are dedicated, they're listening to the community, they're taking feedback from us, they want to get us in as soon as they can as well. And from stream to stream, you can see the constant, like I said earlier on in the show, it's a stable, very stable game. They're adding constantly to the team. They just added 2 new web designers to the team, a new lore master to the team, a new programmer, world programmer to the team, etc. So they're constantly adding, and the team is growing by month, basically. So all our dedication, all our pledges, be it big or small, are all of value, and it's getting put to good use. They are listening to us, they're bringing back that core element, what we're all looking for, and just have a little bit of patience and we will get there all together at some point. And with that, guys, thanks for joining us and hanging out. And like I said, ex-buffs, stay in chat please, and the same goes for Axis or Smeagol. I'll get in contact with you and tell you two guys where to reach me. And the same goes for Rosie TV, if you're still in chat. If not, I will catch you definitely another time, and we'll make sure we get those prizes out to you guys. And we will see you all on next Thursday. And Josh, do you have the show, or do you know what we're doing? I don't.
Let me just double check quickly. Good point. It's I see that it is going to be weather and environment.
So our next Thursday's show is weather and environment, and we'll be talking about some of the stuff we talked about today, and some other cool stuff. So if you guys want to join us for that show as well and have some cool ideas, join us in TeamSpeak, and we'll talk about it.
Can you link the TeamSpeak thing again there for some of the guys now?
Yeah, sure. I'll link the TeamSpeak again. And you can just hop in, join our channel, and discuss and theorize and speculate on some of the ideas. And we have, like I said, we have a Discord server as well, where anybody's welcome to join us. Let me go and grab that link. I hope it still works, and if not, you can send me a message per Twitter or Twitch itself even, and I will get you a link that works for the Discord as well. So with that, guys, thanks for joining us and celebrating the 1 year of the VoT show. Hopefully many more to come, and we will see you all next Thursday for Weather and Climate. And thanks to you and Aiden and Rosie and Caleb for jumping in and chatting with us. And
appreciate it.
No problem.
Anybody's welcome. So with that, guys, see you next Thursday for Weather and Climate. Good night.
Yes, guys.
Right.